Good afternoon from Europe, good morning, good evening guys, wherever you are. Piotr here, the Liteforex Global YouTube channel. It's 19th of February 2021. Okay, now Friday, US cash market is open, and the very important thing when it comes to the indices is where we are going to get the close. Just the reminder. This latest weakness been tested twice, yesterday and day before, been tested overnight today, all right? And if we are going to close below that level, immediately we are opening this line over here. So what levels we are talking about? So the crucial daily close below 13,560, 550. If we are going to get the close below, we are immediately opening 13,400, all right? And if we are going to close below, then the levels down towards 13,100, 12,900 could be the name of the game. So what is all about? Well, very nice price action overnight. So yesterday rally, pullback, retest of the latest weakness over here, as well as over under, and another rally, right? In that case, we did almost 1-to-1, and I'm not quite surprised we have a pullback right now. So what kind of the pullback we are going to get? I think that there is a chance we are going to retest that low. That's where the buyers are trying to line up, all right? In case of the move higher, a little bit higher than the high of the day, that's the possible supply. We missed that by penny, I would say, all right? So quiet wide range when it comes to the Nasdaq, when it comes to the intraday price action towards the end of the week. So let's have a look where we are after the opening bell, because that's the first 5-minute trading range. And I would say it's quite wide, 40, almost 40 points, right? Well, I would prefer to see 50, 60, but anyway, not that bad. Okay, so what we have here from the intraday chart perspective? Well, taking into the consideration pre-open price action, right? Some kind of the, let's call it head and shoulders. We already testing the levels related to the daily open, 13,650, all right? A little bit of the rally from here could be in place. I'm going to watch from the intraday perspective, from the seller's perspective, daily cash open, as well as eventually stop hunt to the upside with the rejection. And from the buying perspective, I'm going to watch the price action levels close to 13,560, 550. So that's the Nasdaq, things related to the US cash market technological index. All right, but there was a very busy day when it comes to the calendar. Okay, first thing first, over or before the London session, we got the weak UK retail sales data, all right? Then we've got the PMI in Europe, and manufacturing was better than expectations, services very weak, all right? And a little bit better in UK. Now, we got the US numbers as well. So the manufacturing 58.5, estimation 58.5, so here in line, but services much higher than what market was expecting. So completely different thing than what we have in Europe. 58.9 versus 57.6, that what was market expecting. So no doubt that's gonna to support yields. Now, we've seen the dollar weakness yesterday towards the end of the day and over the course of the day today, right? But finally, when it comes to the euro dollar, we hit the supply we were discussing around 21.45. Since then, we are trying to get back where? Towards the weekly open, and that's the key level. Well, we have the option expiration within the next 7 minutes and then the London fix, and I would like to see the price action towards the London fix. Well, today's US numbers, there is a good support for the yields, right? And the yields holding above 128, that should be the dollar support, all right? So watch out very, very carefully. So very interesting thing what we are going to see when it comes to the weekly open, when it comes to the euro dollar. So let's switch lower, all right? So that's the supply we discussed quite a few times, right? And we hit that supply, we hit 50% of that zone, and we are rejecting. Now, what is very important from the buyer's perspective, all right, is that zone we are testing right now. If we are not gonna to hold that one, the market got the open way to move as low as 2050. Well, not sure if it's going to happen today, but all those breakouts been tested after the break, right? Boom. Once we broke, lower shadows, retest. Once we broke, pullback, retest. So the only thing not tested is the current level. That's why we have some kind of the lower shadow. So the sellers around today's high towards 21.55, the buyers down towards somewhere around 21.15, around the current level. So very curious what's going to happen when it comes to the weekly open. The next one is a dollar yen, and based on the data we got, I like the current price action, right? We are testing Tuesday low, and that's quite important, okay? That's also the break of that range we've created here, right, to the downside. So let's have a look what we have from the intraday perspective. All right, looks good, okay. We do have this 105.25, 105.15 as the buying zone. Now, after the retest previous hour, we've seen the rally. So from the intraday perspective, meaning that if I'm going to decide to do something, whatever going to happen, if I'm still on the market few minutes before the market close, I'm going to cut the position, right? So I'm looking for eventually the pullback towards 105.35.25, looking to buy that because we are testing the supply right now. I'm looking to buy the pullback and looking higher towards the end of the week towards 105.75, 106.20. That's what I'm looking for when it comes to the dollar yen. As long as we do have a support from the yields, if the yields are gonna to be on a move to the downside, I'm going to watch 120, 128. A little bit different stories with the cable, because cable right now is above very significant line, blue line from the weekly chart perspective. Let me show you what we are talking about here. All right, that's the possible supply, and we're trying to break that level to the upside. So very, very interesting. If we are going to break below and close below, all right, there is a demand down towards 39.85, 39.80, all right. But if we are going to hold that one, we might see higher levels towards the end of the week. So pound is really strong, testing this psychological 140 level right now, right? But if we are going to get the close below, but that might be the price action for Monday, we might see profit taking because of the failure at 140. So in that case, when it comes to the cable, I would be careful, cautious, and maybe I would wait towards the end of the day, right? Finally, Oil, very, very interesting. After this break to the upside and strong sell-off yesterday towards the end of the day, right? It's a Friday. You don't want to be short oil on Friday, but I would watch carefully from the intraday perspective. I don't want to stay overnight levels close to 60.85, 60.90. If there is a rejection here, I would try to go with the flow towards the end of the session and see where we are going to finish the day, and then I will cut that oil. So if I'm correct here with possible pullback on oil, if I'm correct with the rising yields on the 10 years T-notes, then the last one is USDCAD, and especially weaker retail sales, weaker oil. Well, that's gonna be very interesting. If we are going to hold 26, 25, 90, right, even with this upper shadow right now, but positive body, right, we might see continuation, and I would like to see where we are towards London fix. So dollar gave up most of the ground, but the yields are keep rising. Keep an eye on it, because the end of the week might be very interesting. With that being said, guys, don't be trapped, don't chase the prices, stay safe. Thank you very much. It was my pleasure to provide the update for you. Take care and goodbye.